Welcome back to Gifts from Above. Now we're going to talk about suitcases. We already talked about the tote that's going to go in front of the seat in front of you on the plane. That's your carry-on. This would also be a carry-on piece. This is going to go in the overhead bin. You have to shop for your bag extremely carefully. Number one, wherever you go to buy it, pull out the handle, walk around with it. Make sure it's comfortable for you. Make sure the wheels all move in every direction, because if you get a tote or a suitcase that you have to just pull behind you, it's a lot harder to get down a narrow aisle on a plane, and it's going to be a lot harder to have it carry your tote. So you need something like that with a comfortable handle, very maneuverable. This is your most important piece of luggage. Some pockets are good, but because of the tote, you don't need as many as you think you would. And also choose a dark color. There's all these fancy colors out there. I've tried them all. They all get yucked up and dirty. And people say, okay, all right, I don't want to do that because everybody's got the same black bag. Put something that stands out so you can pick it out in a lineup if it does end up being a check bag, and you can spot it a mile away by the little crazy things you tie on there. And you'll see that all the time. People that travel a lot know to do that. All right, so what's going to go in this one? Well, none of the tours that we do are dress-up occasions. They're mainly we're working archaeological digs, we're walking around. So the name of the game with that, comfortable shoes. Got our suitcase, and now we're going to pack it. And most of our tours, all of our tours really, are everyday clothes. We don't want any fancy dress up. Upcoming cruise in 2020 does have one evening that there'll be a dress up, and so we'll start with talking about that. Now I've got Danielle's dress here. It's really a beautiful dress. It looks terrific on her, but I already told her no on this because, number one, the color. You don't want something that's a pale color that's going to show the dirt, especially if you have to wear it more than once or something gets gunked up. Two, it's real wrinkly, and number three is it's heavy. In exchange for that, what we decided on is a really lightweight, multicolored, completely wrinkle-free. You can wear this in a ball if you need to, and take that with a light jacket cover-up that can be worn with other things on the trip. That's fancy, and then some added jewelry to it. These were the shoes she brought. These would be great for walking around archaeological digs, wouldn't they? We told her no. We're going to do something flat with a closed-toe shoe so that you can double duty on the shoes, and if you're walking around a dig, you're not going to be stubbing your toe all the time. So those would go. These would stay home and be used on a nice hot date when she gets one. All the undies and stuff go in. Now, when you travel to Europe, when you travel to the Middle East, they don't use washcloths over there. That's an American habit. If you can't live without a washcloth, pack a few old junky ones, use them, and then toss them before you come home. But if you can't live without them, you're going to have to take them. Little things like, I brought this here just to remind me to talk to you about it. Bring up a pocket calculator. Just because there's so many times to do a conversion for money, that's really helpful. I'm not going to put this in the suitcase because I wouldn't take one this big, but I'm going to tell you, make sure you bring something like that. The other thing is a nice supply of notebooks and pens. You're going to be learning from a fabulous Bible instructor, and you want to be able to make notes, keep notes, and a good supply of pens. I have one here just to remember to talk about it. I wouldn't go without less than 3 or 4 pens. They would go in your suitcase. Good, comfortable walking shoes. Don't go out and buy shoes the week before you go on the trip. Bring in old, comfortable shoes that you could walk anywhere in. Generally, we're talking walking 2-3 miles a day. by the time we're done at least. And if you're not up to walking, you at least want to have really comfortable walking shoes. This would actually be something too that I would wear on the plane when I get on there, just because they weigh the suitcase, the shoes weigh a little bit more. I would wear those till I get on, then I'd shove them in my tote and put my comfortable shoes on for the overnight flight, and probably not wear them again until we start walking on the digs. Make sure you bring plenty of socks, breathable socks, cotton are best, because in the Middle East, it's a different climate thing. For curlers and things like that, women always ask. These are a curler that you can put in the hair and take out. You leave them in just a few seconds. They sell them in places like Sally's. They really practical. You can wear 2 or 3 curlers instead of taking a whole bunch. That's if you need something like that. All right, my purse when I travel, because I'm going to have to be carrying it, walking around archaeological digs, is a really lightweight, dark color, simple thing that I can pack full of stuff. That also has to be able to fit in the tote, because remember, one personal item, that tote is the one personal item, so your purse, whatever you're going to use, has to be able to fit in that tote when you check your baggage or when you board the plane. So I love this because it's just a real comfortable thing that I don't even know it's there, and yet it's real hard for thieves to get at, because pickpockets are very rampant in a lot of the places we're going. Rome, Greece, Athens, you name it, they're there. Okay, clothing. I brought these along just to show you probably what isn't best to bring, because they're a heavy jean. I'd want a lighter jean than this, but no matter what you decide to bring, it's important what you learn to do is to roll your clothes. You start on one end, and they're not kidding when they say roll. It's a lot easier with something rolled like that to put a lot of clothes in your suitcase. And so I would literally do that with every single clothing piece I put in the suitcase or in the tote. I roll them, they wrinkle less, you can shake them out at the other end, and you'll fit a lot more in there. So I travel, I literally travel 5 weeks at a time, and I take one tote, one suitcase this size, visit a laundromat a few times. I also take some of the little packages of laundry that you just throw in the laundry tub rather than buy them over there to get my, to get me through. But darker colors, layers, and that's pretty much all you need for a trip for 5 weeks, literally. Okay, so it's time to go to Europe. We're all packed, ready to go. The last thing that goes in my tote is my iPad, which is the best place to keep it because I don't want that out of my sight. We're going to show you how to put it on the suitcase so you don't have to carry the weight at all. Take it, these nice straps. Do a quick wrap. That tote is going nowhere. You can carry this whole suitcase with 1 or 2 fingers any place you want to go. So this is just a great way to do it. And you'll be hearing from us from Europe. Thanks for joining us. We look forward to hearing from you with your suggestions, and we will be sending you information about the river cruise we're going on and setting up for 2020 and 2021 and even 2019 if you're interested in having one booked for you. Thank you.